How many young women can afford to buy a phone, a smartphone like that, or a computer or internet? If a boy can do it, a girl can do it. Anybody can do it. It does not matter what your background has been.
So she is a seasoned development professional with over a decade of experience in driving socio-economic change, gender equality and inclusive development across Africa.
Even though the world is evolving in terms of tech and everybody is talking about tech and the future of work, in Uganda, for the past few years, while other people are moving forward, the girls, the women in Uganda have been left out, have been left behind.
Hi, welcome back to the ICT podcast where we are spilling the tea on Uganda's innovation space. My name is Winfred Nankanja and I'm your host for today. So today we are having Divine Asalo from Women in Technology Uganda, who is the lead on the job placement. In her current role as a job placement lead at WITU, she is spearheading efforts that connect young women to meaningful employment and entrepreneurship opportunities in the digital economy under WITU's Digital Job Centers Elevate Her 360 initiative in partnership with the 10X program, which is advancing both digital inclusion and workforce readiness. Divine is known for her innovative thinking and collaborative leadership, and she advocates for working closely with communities and stakeholders to co-create sustainable solutions and address systematic barriers to socioeconomic participation and improved livelihoods. Her passions lie in initiatives that enable equitable access to opportunities and foster change through inclusive transformation strategies. Welcome to our podcast, Divine.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So, what have been the long-standing challenges that necessitated the creation of Women in Technology Uganda?
Thank you for that question and for that lovely introduction, Winnie. Even though the world is evolving in terms of tech and everybody is talking about tech and the future of work, in Uganda, for the past few years, while other people are moving forward, the girls, the women in Uganda have been left out, have been left behind. And some of the challenges they face is, apart from maybe not being able to go too far in education, and that's for a bigger proportion of the Ugandan females, especially in rural, but also semi-urban and peri-urban areas. They don't go far in school, and if they do, the education that we receive, the curriculum that we have right now and for the longest time, does not prepare them for work. When it comes to tech, you find that if you go to schools, especially in the outside the city, that's Kampala and other districts, you will find that tech has been reserved for the boys, for the male child. Girls do not get as much access. They are not encouraged at home. The culture does not encourage them to seek out these tech courses, tech subjects, which will prepare them for the world of work. And therefore, you find that when you look at the unemployment rates in Uganda, we, the females, are disproportionately disadvantaged in terms of our opportunities that we have. The other is even those who get access to some kind of skilling or training in school. I know IT is taught now in O-level. It is not, the quality of the training does not prepare them for the challenges of the world. People are talking about AI now, things like that. So how are we prepared? We find that we have girls who come to WITU and they've never even learned how to type. Something as simple as that. And somebody tells you they have a diploma. So they've gone through school, they have a diploma, but they don't have the skill. They don't even know how it relates. They learned it as a subject, computer. They know computer is a subject. They don't know how it will relate to the job they will do. So there are so many challenges. Access to gadgets. How many young women can afford to buy a phone, a smartphone like that, or a computer, or internet? Yeah. So there's so many challenges, and WITU is just trying to tackle some of them, along with other stakeholders. I could go on and on, but I'll stop there for now.
Okay, thank you so much. So sometimes tech can feel a bit intimidating for women, and we want to know, how do you make them feel welcomed? how do you show them that this is a space where they belong, that this is something that they can take on and actually make a living out of it?
Thank you for Winnie. That's a very justified question. So like I explained earlier, some of the problems or the challenges that girls are facing in accessing ICT and all these things we're enjoying is they're in spaces where they're not, people are not intentional about welcoming them. So we are very intentional about making it a safe space for girls, whether it's training, whether they're just coming to access our labs, to be able to apply for jobs and so on. It's a safe space, first of all. Safeguarding is paramount for us. The target group for We2 is girls from underserved communities. So girls that may be more disadvantaged than you and I. You had a chance to go to school, go to uni and so on. So already they're coming from communities that are burdened. So we try to make it as safe, as accommodative as we can. We start from the basic so that somebody does not feel small, that I've never even touched a computer. We've had people who you've told to touch the mouse and they've run out of the room. That's how low we go. But we understand this and we make them feel, no, this is okay. It is okay that you have never learned anything and we will start you from scratch. This is a computer. This is a keyboard. So yeah, exactly. So, and also we make it, we come from a background in our education where we put so much emphasis on passing. Passing, you must pass exams. And some of these girls come to us and they've already faced that criticism of I'm not good enough in school. So for us, we emphasize the learning element. It is okay to pass the assessment because you need it to get a certificate. But we look at more than just the academic. It's a holistic approach we offer. So we look at mental health. We have partnered with organizations that are dealing with mental health. We know that learning and thriving of a young woman is more than just computer. So they must feel safe first and foremost. But also you must give them more value than just the academic. How do you prepare them for the world? We build their confidence. We include soft skills in our training so that somebody can actually learn how to go out into the world and get these gigs that you're sending them to. So it's a couple of things that we do, but we also ready them because we know, I've talked about unemployment as a problem, and we know that they're not necessarily going to be enough jobs for every girl or every boy, right? So we equip them with entrepreneurial skills for them to be able to start their own businesses, and that has really worked because they have problems in their societies that they can solve, and people are willing to pay. So we couple the skilling, digital skilling and technical skilling, soft skills, but also entrepreneurship, so that everybody must go away with something. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you are currently running the 10X program in partnership with MasterCard Foundation. I think that sounds very powerful. And what was the idea behind you partnering with MasterCard and helping women-led businesses, grow 10 times bigger?
Yeah. So the 10X program is a very welcome. It came very timely. We have been in this space since 2016, and we've been making small steps. And the problem is huge. And if you realize, because we're in the same space as well, there's a long way to go. There's so many young people, young women especially, who need these interventions. So we have done a lot of work, and so many other stakeholders have. But when we come together, like in the 10X program, because it's a partnership with 4 other partners, including Outbox Limited, UNCDF Refactory, which is a digital skilling partner like ourselves, but also powered by the MasterCard Foundation. When we come up with such a consortium program, the scope increases. We can reach many more girls. The resources that are availed from such a partnership enable us to tackle every aspect of these girls, just like I spoke about before. You therefore have the resources to reach far, but also reach many. We have a very high target for digital skilling. For We2, we've got to reach over 4,800 young women by June 2027. And so we have about roughly 1.5 years to go. We're making small, steady steps. We're working with sub partners as well because, like I said, the target is huge. So we too has also contracted sub partners, 5 sub partners who are doing wonderful work in different parts. They're also dealing in different districts. So the advantage is that if we move together, we will move further, but we will also move stronger. That means the impact will be more sustainable because the problem is being tackled from different sides, but also the resources are availed for us to be able to do this. Yeah, so it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience. The Massacre Foundation has been in this space for a while. We're learning a lot from all the partners, including Refactory and Outbox. Yeah, so there's a very, very big leap we've been able to make by coming into this partnership. Yeah.
So let's talk impact. Are there some light bulb moments that you have seen in the program that you can mention?
Some
light bulb moments, like impact, like you've seen, like, wow, this is amazing. Would like to talk about it.
Oh yes. I think we are blessed to be in a scenario where the changes are so many, like you see them every day. We celebrate every little win. Like I mentioned, the girls come to us and they need some kind of hope. They hope that we will be able to open them up to these opportunities that they hear about. So there's several stories. We have, for example, a code academy where young women enroll to do a 2-year diploma course in computer science. So they come out as software engineers. These are young women who, at the time they come in, because it's a scholarship, so they don't pay anything for 2 years. Some of them have no background in STEM. So if you did a little well in mathematics and you have the passion for tech, you come into WITU. We are now in the 5th cohort, and I would like to tell you that for the last 4 cohorts, 80% of the girls were able to get a very good job after they finished with us.
Oh, that's nice.
Exactly. And I'd like to recognize the contribution of the employers in this case, because while they're competing in a world where you have software engineers that are coming out from Makerere and so on, they give the girls a chance. So we too partners with like-minded businesses, development partners, who are willing to give these women a chance. So they get chance to have experiential learning. They go for internship after the course, and many of them are retained. There are so many wonderful stories about, a young woman who has started a side hustle or a small business, but is struggling with market, for example, is struggling with how to deal with customers. We go as low as that. So many girls report, like we talk to them after the program and they say, oh my God, I'm so happy I came to WITU. I can now haggle with a customer and know that I've got the right price for my goods. I can now ably market myself online, something I never thought I did. I don't have to, you have this situation where we have so many young people, because the entrepreneurial sector is very big. The competition is very high. So how do I stand out? I'm a young woman, let's say 21. I didn't go far in school. But I have my passion, I have my entrepreneurial spirit. How do we aid that person? Because they're probably not going to get access to finance like somebody else. Already they are cut out of that scenario, that I don't have the collateral to get. So what do I use? I have a tool here, a mobile phone, and I come to WITU and I learn how to take pictures of my goods, put them online, market, talk them up. There's so many wonderful stories. I'll tell you that another day.
Okay.
So many.
So every organization faces its bumps along the way.
Yes.
So what challenges has WITU faced, and how did they flip them into wins?
Ooh. Challenges. Like every growing organization, especially with us who are doing development work, the problem is always bigger than you can tackle. and there's always need for resources to push you, but also for you to be able to make sustainable change. So here you are a small organization, because we're an organization of less than 30 staff. We have offices in Kampala, but also in Mbarara. And we are tackling this huge problem. Yeah. So at a certain point, we're just thinking, how are we going to be able to go up to, Jinja or Karamoja and so on? But there's so many other small organizations that are working on ground. And remember what we were saying about the consortium program coming together, and then you tackle a big problem? That's exactly what which was done. So we have partnered with many grassroots CBOs and organizations, and also hubs in this space, that is able to move us further, so that we are not all, there's a tendency sometimes for, I've seen situations, or in the past or now, for organizations to think they can do it alone. Yeah. And then it ends up being whatever resources are available for all of us, is that people are doing the same work. So why not come together and add, if Witu has given basic ICT skills or graphic design introduction, then Refactory then takes them on to do the advanced. So that's how we've operated with Witu. We've done lots of projects starting from the grassroots. We've partnered with organizations like UCC, doing digital literacy for informal business women. So there's an example of UCC. Why should they do it alone? Witu is on ground. That's exactly how we've handled that challenge. But also the current program that we are in, partnering with in this consortium for the 10X program, has also helped us be able to move and overcome our challenges. We're a growing and learning organization, so learning never ends. We continue to try, test theories, interventions. If they work, we push it further. Some have not worked in the past and they died. But now we found something that works. Give a girl, an introduction, pick her interest, young enough, and then you'll see her thrive. So that's what I'll say about that. Yeah.
Well done. Looking ahead, are there any exciting programs that Witu has in store for us? And yes, how can we get to know about them? Can we partner?
Yes. We're always happy to partner with. We're wonderful that you guys gave us a chance, and I'm glad you brought that up, because we're so excited about our next 2-day event with in partnership with the ICT Hub. This is a certificate award ceremony, as well as a masterclass, a digital marketing masterclass for our outgoing cohorts. We're doing this also in partnership with one of our sub-partners, Purpose Skills Clinic. About 200 to 250 young women will be here, and this is part of the ongoing 10X program. So to answer your question, we're still implementing the 10X program until 2027. And this is a pilot. So once we as a consortium achieve what we want to achieve in these 3 years, then there's no telling how long this program will do. We want to make sure we reach as many young women as possible. We also have, like I mentioned earlier, the Code Academy at Witu, which we call the Women's Institute of Technology and Innovation, WITI in short. We are currently recruiting our 5th cohort, and the interest is very high. Actually, interviews are ongoing. Our 3rd cohort under the 10X program is also being onboarded as we speak. Interviews are ongoing. We have an Elevate program, which is our flagship program. We have implemented this for years. We're soon starting our business accelerator for women, small businesses for women. So business development services, give them an introduction to record keeping, because it can go as low. Like I said, underserved women have different challenges, and we have to tackle it that way as different. So it's very customized to the type of businesses that fit our target group. They start from scratch. This is your idea. How do I conceptualize it? How do I turn it into a business? If I have a business, what are the challenges that exist? And we've been doing this for years. We did a business recovery program during and after COVID. And we've been quite successful in starting these small businesses. Some of the problems they have, and if you engage with these young women sometimes, and you say, you have a business, what is your biggest challenge? They always say capital. Yeah, if you notice, they always say capital. And sometimes that's not the problem. Yeah. So what we do with our Elevate program is that we engage this young woman, her business, customized. What you say capital is your problem, but this may be the problem. What is your record keeping like? You need to continuously learn. You need to leverage tech. Yeah, I gave you the example of digital marketing earlier. All sometimes a young woman has to do is get WhatsApp for business. Yeah, and they're surprised that capital is not actually my problem. I have the capital I need. So those are some of the programs that we'll be having. But again, our focus is always economic empowerment through holistic approach. So digital skilling, technical, whatever they need to thrive in this world. Yeah.
You've got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now the last one. What piece of advice would you give to a young lady out there who wants to venture into tech but is unsure? What would you tell her? A word to her wise.
Okay. So to you, young lady out there, who thinks that maybe because you dropped out of school or you think you're not good enough, as good as your brother or as good as your classmates, that's not true. I have seen many young women come through WeToo and end up in a very different, kind of life. Anybody, if a boy can do it, a girl can do it. Anybody can do it. It does not matter what your background has been. It does not matter where you come from. Tech is the future. It's the future of work, and it will open you up to all these opportunities globally. So come to WeToo, join us. We welcome you all to WeToo. Good luck. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Divine, for joining us on our ICT podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment because innovation never sleeps, and neither do we.